If you want to trigger any Philadelphia Eagles fan, all you have to say is DK Metcalf. See, you probably just freaked out a little bit. But the Philadelphia Eagles moved on from, or moved past a wide receiver that could have changed their fortunes for a long time and decided to pick a J-Jaw, right? But now it seems like they can fix their mistake. The Philadelphia Eagles are a team that have a lot of assets, a lot of money, well, good enough money, and a lot of holes to fill, one of them being wide receiver. And the Seattle Seahawks have been announcing that they are willing to part with DK Metcalf for a first-round pick. But my question is, will Howie actually do it?
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today I want to talk about DK Metcalf and what I would do to bring him to the Philadelphia Eagles. But before we get into all that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K, and we would love for you guys to join that ride. But let's just get right into it, man. So, look, DK Metcalf, we all know what he is. We all know what he brings on the field. He is a very dynamic wide receiver, fast, big, great hands. Just a target all around, just a great player, and we probably should have took him in the draft, but we didn't, right? But just like anything in the NFL, things usually seem to come back around. So now he's going on his contract year. The Seattle Seahawks aren't sure if that's the direction they want to go in. It looks like they're going full rebuild, right? They're looking at giving up DK Metcalf, looking at giving up Russell Wilson. So it might just be a total overhaul for this Seattle Seahawks team. They said that they want a first-round pick. I don't know if I'm giving up a first-round pick for them. I think that this is a draft that you can, and I think this is what they see as well, that you can go out there and get yourself a very good wide receiver in that second round. Especially being the Philadelphia Eagles, we have three of them things, right? We got three of those first-round picks. So there's a high probability that one of those picks could be a wide receiver. There's a high probability that the second round could be a wide receiver. And I do think, and I have been saying this on all the draft shows, I think this is a very, very deep draft talent-wise in every position, except for safety. I'm not going to lie. I think safety kind of... Anyways, that's not what we're here about. I think that wide receiver especially, there's a lot of very good players. Is there that one over-the-top, just better than everybody? Is there a Jamar Chase in this class? I don't really think so, but I think that everybody's going to have a very solid NFL career, at least your top, like, 5, 6 wide receivers. And I think that could span into the second round. So why spend the assets on a wide receiver that you know you're going to have to pay when you can get a wide receiver, although you know what DK Metcalf is in the NFL, right? And it is kind of a crapshoot getting one of these younger wide receivers. I think that you have to bet on the upside. You have to bet that one of these guys coming out of college, you're going to be able to get the best out of them. And I think that when you look at this wide receiving coaching staff, which I haven't said that much, right? But you look at this coaching staff in general, they seem like they're very wide receiver heavy. They seem like they know how to teach their wide receivers how to run routes, how to play the game. So I think that the nuances will be taught through this staff. I think Nick Sirianni hones in on his wide receivers, obviously. So I think that you have to bet on a young guy. I don't think it makes sense to go ahead and give up a first-round pick for somebody you're going to have to give $13, $14 million to at the wide receiving position, especially in this draft. You got a Jameson Williams. You got, Traylon Burks. You got Chris Olave. You got a Garrett Wilson. There's so many wide receivers. A Drake London, right? You got so many wide receivers that can go to your team, especially 15, 16, 19, and maybe even in the second round. There's a lot of young guys in the later tail end of the draft. Reggie Roberson is a very interesting name to me. There's so many good wide receivers. So I don't feel it makes sense to go ahead and give up a premier asset like a first-round pick to go ahead and get a DK Metcalf. I love DK Metcalf. I think that he would add a different element to this team. But at the same time, go get a free agent. You can go get a Chris Godwin. You can go get somebody like that upgrades your team, and you don't have to give up draft assets. Maybe it's a little bit more expensive as far as the checkbook goes, but I think, you got to spend money to make money. So we're in the position right now that I don't think it makes sense to go ahead and get guys that you're going to have to pay top dollar. Get guys that can grow in this system. Get guys that can, learn with the Devontae Smith, learn with Jalen Hurts, learn with this young offensive line that we're growing. So that's my thoughts. I love DK Metcalf. You told me like maybe a second, right? Maybe a third and a fifth. I would probably do that. I would probably do one of those two trades. But a first round pick, I just feel like the first round is just such a premium right now And I know that we have 3 of them, so some people are just like, hey, we got 3, whatever. Let's just throw this one there, throw that one there. I'm not into that. So I really truly believe let's stay pat where we are. Let's not give up any of these first round picks unless it's going to be a literally like franchise changing player. Like, you know, and I don't even think there's a quarterback out there that's going to be a franchise changing player, if I'm being 100% honest. But it is what it is. So you guys let me know what you're thinking. What would you do to get DK Metcalf on this team, or do you even want him on this team? But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It is Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here. Peace!
Eagles fans everywhere. This is for you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird game nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do 'em in. Your boy Philly Fresco, thanks for tuning in.